Hello, I'm Daniel H. Hazelton, licensed plumber number 4754 in the city of Charleston, phone number 843-723-3880, and I have a new skit called Dogs Gone featuring Davy. It's a short skit and it pertains to doing unto others as you would have them doing unto you. Now I must warn you, there is profanity in this skit, which uses the situation of telemarketers and people who walk their dogs but don't clean up behind them. Now, the characters in the skit are Davy, his next door neighbor, Mr. White, who never talks about anything decent, and the man walking his dog, and the dog name is Duke, and a very timid man who calls Davy to solicit help. He's a telemarketer. Now, the skit takes place one afternoon at Davy's house, and this is where we begin, just as Davy has picked up the phone to answer it. Hello, this is Mr. Buttsparker, Davy Buttsparker, of Butt Sparkling Air and Wine. We're thinking about going in the water too, but not right away. Who would you like to speak to? Hello. Hey. Hello. Yes, this is Davy. What can I do for you? Hey. Hello. Hello, shit. What you want? This is Davy. That's better. I can hear you, Mr. Butt Sparker. Well, what you want? What can I do for you? Well, I'm from the Tongue and Groove manufacturer, and we're soliciting ideas. Ideas? Ideas about what? I've never heard of such a thing. Who do you say you were with again? I'm from the Tongue and Groove manufacturer, and we're calling to get ideas how we can make our groove better. Will you help me? Help you? Help you? Why, sure I'll help you. Davy Buttsparker ain't in the habit of turning down no one. But I don't have the slightest idea about what you're talking about. How you just gonna call someone out of the blue and ask them to give you an idea to help you? What's in it for me? David Buttsparker. Hello. Well, we would compensate you if your idea is one of our finalists. Yes, if you make the final cut, we will give you $10. $10 for an idea I give you that might make you millions? No, Davy Buttsparker don't go like that. I'll tell you what you can do for me. I want you to put me on your do not call list. You hear? The do not call list. And don't call back here again. Buttsparker ain't no fool. Sir, but I said put me on your do not call list. What's wrong with you? Don't you understand plain English? I tell you, you all phone soliciting gives me up a damn headache. Drives me up a fucking wall. It's a fucking atrocious. It's fucking nonsensical. It's fucking just meanness. If I knew who you were, I swear I'd put my foot in your dog's ass. I'd put my foot in your ass. I'd put my foot in your wife's ass. Your mama's ass for having you. Click goes the phone, but Davy's so into what he's saying he didn't even hear. As he continues, and she would stop having kids. I hate you damn faggots. You can't get a job like real men, so you get a job where you can harass people. I'd even put my foot in your uncle's ass. That's right, your uncle's ass, because you can't have a daddy. No man with good sense would treat his dick like that. No man with good sense would do what he did. He would treat his dick better than to have something like you damn telemarketers. As Davy hangs up and starts to cool down, he heads to the bathroom for his afternoon constitution. Now, Davy's bathroom was situated on the street, and when his window was open, he could hear everything that was going on down below from his second story window. And on this particular day, his window happened to be open. As Davy settled in for his constitution, he heard a man and a dog below. Roar, roar, roar. Come on, Duke. Let it go. Let it go, Duke. Roar, roar. Here's a good place. You can drop it here. That's right, Duke. Get it all out of your system. Get it all out of you. Drop it right here. Let it go. Let it go, boy. Now, Davy's thinking to himself, if anyone's going to let something go, it's going to be me. As he jumps up off the toilet and waddles to the window. And he's thinking, what the hell is Duke letting? What the hell is Duke doing? As he looks, lo and behold, there's a man with a dog. He was an average-sized man, but the dog made two of the man, as he encouraged the dog to take a poop. All right, Duke, let it go. Duke, do it for Daddy. Let it go. You know how to let it go. Make a big one for Daddy. That's right, Duke. This is the spot. Let it go. Oh! Now, as Davy looked at the fella, it seemed as if he wouldn't bother to help an old lady cross the street. Nonetheless, pick up a dog's poop. So Davy yells down below, "Hey, mister, are you gonna pick that up when Duke lets it go?" And the man says, "Why don't you mind your own business? This is city property, and it doesn't concern you what I'm doing." "No, that's not true," Davy says. "It's more than city property. It's a piece of land I gotta be responsible for cutting the grass on. And when I do so, I don't want to be stepping in no Duke shit. So I'm going to ask you again, if Duke let that go, are you going to clean it up?" And the man says, "Of course. It'll be cleaned up. Don't you worry about it. Does that satisfy you?" "Yes," Davy says. "Thank you. That'll satisfy me. And excuse me, I have some pressing business I've got to let go too," as Davy waddles back to the toilet to finish his constitution. He can hear the man and the dog below. "Good boy, Duke. Good boy. Make Daddy happy. Make Daddy so proud. Woo, woo, woo. Daddy loves you too, Duke. Oh, you let go a real fine one, Duke. A real fine one. Go ahead, Duke." Woof, 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 woof. So Davy ignores the noise outside his window and finishes what he was doing. But before he went back to work around the house, something said to check and see if the guy cleaned up as he said he would. Now, Duke, being a big dog, had let out an even bigger turd. Already flies and maggots and termites were fighting on top of it. Davy never seen anything like it before. Duke must have had a special kind of asshole to let out something like that. And he didn't know why the guy would lie to him like that or who the guy was. But it didn't matter. Davy had had enough of it. Davy said he was going to make a sign to embarrass the dog walker. He was going to put a sign right over the poop that said dog walker's mama's turds and put an arrow that points straight down to the shit. As he started back into the yard, Mr. White, his next door neighbor, who never has anything decent to talk about, came out. So Davy spoke to him. Hello, Mr. White. How you doing today? Are you getting any? I had three women and my wife last night. Made her fix them breakfast before they left. But she wouldn't even tell them goodbye. I ought to go back in the house and sit her down and lay the law on the line for her. I tell you, who she thinks she is? And Davy said, that's part of the problem. We got today in our society. That's part of the problem. They will not do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And Mr. White said, now, damn it, hold a minute. Now, wait a minute. Who you think you're talking about? That's my wife. Shit. I wouldn't take nothing in the world for her, the shit she lets me get away with. Man, there ain't another woman in the world do the things that woman do. But that's just the way women are these days. The shit you see on TV and in the movies, how they be acting, some of that same shit you see right here in real life. I don't know if they figure that'll make it easier for them to get away with shit, but I don't care. I take it all as it comes. No, said Davy. No, excuse me, please. I'm just upset. I'm not talking about your wife. I'm talking about how people will even let their dogs come in your yard if it's open to the street and poop. What's wrong with these people? Don't they know right from wrong? Unless they don't care? Someone needs to put a foot in their ass, Mr. White. Put a foot in their mama's ass too for ill-raising them. That's some bad shit they be pulling. Putting their dogs up to shitting all over the place and not cleaning it up. Look at this. As Davy points to the load, I'm going to put a sign up on this that reads, Dog Walker's Mama's Turds, with an arrow that pointing down to it. Then Mr. White took a look and said, damn! Man, that's a heap of load. I don't believe it could come from no one dog. Man, but I know what that is. That's that woman putting a gomo on you. And Davy said, a gomo? Don't you mean mojo? No, a gomo. That's when they have you doing things all over the place, running around with your head cut off and just doing silly shit. Yeah, that's what it is. Remember that woman you told me about who invited herself over to cook you dinner? And when she did, she brought a whole family of six with her. Yes, sir. You should have fed them before you kicked them out. Davy says, that don't make no sense. I'm going to make me a sign. Man, next thing you be telling me is they will have you shitting funny. And Mr. White said, well, if it do, don't tell me. You know how I love to spread the word. As Davy walks into the yard and starts to think, man, who am I really hurting if I put up this sign? I don't want no damn gomo on me. Damn, it's hard enough trying to take a shit without all the disturbance that's going on around here. Man, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to do the Christian thing. I will get a shovel and bury that nasty hump of maggot fighting, fly fighting, ants fighting load of shit that must have been up that old dog's asshole to come out. And someone needs to call the police if they see that scoundrel encouraging that poor old dog to shit his brains out on the sidewalk all again. So Davy went back to the yard to get a shovel. And he came back and started to bury the load. And lo and behold, who shows up? None other than the dog walker. And old Duke, a big gray dog. Now, Davy had made up his mind to do the Christian thing. Or so he thought. You know, to say, you say what you're going to do, but at times it just doesn't work out like that. This was one of those times when Davy, when he saw the scoundrel, said the first thing that came to his mind and out of his mouth. And this is what he said to the guy as he looked directly at him and the dog. Who was walking their mama, and their mama, with her big, stink, funky ass, changed into a big gray dog and flopped her nanny stuck on degenerate ass down on the sidewalk and cried like a monkey in labor and left her husband in a load of nasty hump of maggot fighting, fly fighting, ant fighting load of shit you see right here on the sidewalk that must have been up her old asshole. That's one nasty old bitch to have dropped a son from a nanny sack like this that walks her as a dog. And any man with any decency would treat his dick better than to have relationships with a maggot like her. And he looks at the dog walker and the dog, and the man replies, "What did you just say to me?" And Davy said, "Mister, why don't you mind your business? This is city property, and what I'm doing is of no concern of yours." And the man said, "Oh, you one of them smart mouth ones. Think you're funny, eh? Well, I got you funny right here." And the man says something to the dog in another language, causing the dog to growl and rear up on his hind legs as if the dog was seriously getting ready to attack. And Davy said, "Whatever you told that dog, you're about to get it killed. If you even look at me funny again, let alone attack, I'm not going to tell you how I'm going to do it, but believe you me, I'm very capable of killing that dog and then breaking my foot off in your ass without breaking a sweat." Now, not known to the dog walker, Davy had all kind of permit to carry weapon. Concealed weapon, unconcealed weapon, no sealed weapon, just cap. And he had belts in karate and jiu-jitsu and kung fu and all other kind of fighting forms, and he knew effectively just how to use them. And as Davy continued, there was an airy kind of cold feeling that began to engulf the walker with every word that came from Davy's mouth, until a voice deep within the dog walker he'd never heard before and didn't have any idea where it was coming from said, "Oh, Duke, we might have done fucked up now." And it was as if Duke had heard the voice too, when Duke suddenly said, "Woo, woo, 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 woo," and laid down and put his paws over his eyes. And Davy continued, "Another thing, take a look up on my house. Yes, that's my house. See those two cameras? They're recording everything going on out here on the sidewalk and have been doing so all morning. Unless you have some connection with this mess of shit some old decrepit has left on the sidewalk and you want to do the right thing by cleaning it up, we have no business." Then the dog walker took a look deep into Davy's eyes, and he knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that Davy was for real. And he said, no connections," as he started to yank on Duke to get him to go. And he said, Daddy's sorry, but he kept yanking on the dog to try to get the dog to get up to go. And Davy said, "I didn't think so. I figured that's what you would say." And then the dog walker started to drag old Duke down the street as he tried to break into a run, as he yelled back, "I'm so sorry. I didn't know what I was thinking," as he rushed off down the street. Now, Davy felt a little bad and a little good, as he continued what he was doing. But one thing did occur. He never saw that same man or Duke again. And in the long run, David continued to try to do the Christian thing of doing unto others, which sometimes worked and sometimes didn't. Because you know David because of what you had just witnessed. And in David's language, sometimes you just got to do what comes natural because we got too many rude people out here.